Real quick before we started on today's video, I just wanted to show Big Rambo because I did get it cleaned up Friday for the truck meet, but I did not go to the truck meet, so he has just been sitting here looking good and ready to go for the week. Got the tires shined up, tips all detailed out. Everything is freaking minty. So yeah, Big Rambo is just ready, man. I'm gonna probably drive it 1 or 2 days this week, most likely. Big Rambo, man, still hanging in there, bro. This has been the best purchase so far. And this is the second best purchase that I have made, guys. And I really want y'all to know that we are gonna be using this thing again really soon, man. So hopefully within the next week and a half, bro, we can start doing some project-ish again, and we can get this workflow going back in the shop like I want. I'm still torn between how I'm gonna go about this, but I do know exactly what I'm gonna do. So stay tuned, guys, because my mind is just in a million places right now. I've got a bunch of projects that I'm looking at buying, and I got a bunch of ideas that I want to try to implement in the next coming few weeks. So that being said, man, again, this is pretty much that last week, bro. Once we get through this one, it should be some exciting stuff coming. I just want to say I appreciate everyone that has been supporting me up until this point. I know we had a few dry weeks or months, the last couple months, where I haven't really, I don't think I've done a pulling a motor, man, and shoot. We did do the transmission in the van this year, I know that, but I don't know if we've done an actual, yeah, we did, because we painted the bay on the H23A CG. We did that this year, so we did pull an engine, but still, we haven't done a project like this in quite some time, man. I'm super excited, guys. And again, I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again right now. I'm gonna do what I do regardless of if I'm making a video on it or not. This is what I want to do. I enjoy playing with old Hondas. I enjoy doing the budget stuff. So yes, I'm gonna use Maxpeedingrods coilovers. Yes, I'm gonna do stock motor, like whatever cheap stock motor I can get. I'm not trying to build engines right now. I'm not trying to go break records or anything like Boosted Boys is doing. I'm super budget in mind, and right now I'm just having fun with the stuff that I can work with. So that being said, man, I know a lot of people want to see crazy all-wheel drive stuff on the channel, is out of this world, you know, stuff. But guys, if we get there, we will do that. I would gladly do it if I have the bread to do that type of stuff. But right now, man, this is just a hobby of mine that I can put a little bit of money into sometimes, but not all the time. So when I get a little bread, I like to try to make it stretch out and do the most with it. So again, me watching YouTube, it's cool seeing a major build come together, but it's also cool seeing different flavors of builds here and there. So watching the same car multiple times kind of gets old, and that's kind of why you don't see Trap as much, because I try to move forward and do other projects, and old Trap just be sitting here waiting for whatever next thing I come up with to try to do with it. That being said, guys, Trap is definitely not going anywhere. It is gonna be with us for pretty much as long as I can think of right now. Who knows, maybe down the road we'll slap a turbo kit on this bad boy and see how she does. Who knows? But for now, she is an all motor H that desperately needs some attention, and we're gonna try to give it to it. We did get it painted. That was a pretty good milestone. Now what I need to do is, I really need to do that timing belt, water pump setup, and I need to do a new clutch in it. But I'll try to do all of that at one time, hopefully in the next couple of months. And then from there, this baby should be pretty solid to drive. I mean, the transmission has no issues. It's got brand new axles in it. We drove it to the drag, and that first year we went, and the axles almost fell apart coming back home. That was before we had the I don't know if we had the truck then or not. I don't think we had the truck then. On the way back, that thing almost let go, and we were like probably around Burlington area, which is probably another 2 hours and 15 or 20 minutes from the house. And I mean, that thing scared me. So from then on, I kind of was enjoying the idea of having the truck, and I didn't want to dolly something 7 hours. I don't know, I mean, people do it, but I don't know how I feel using a tow dolly for 7 hours straight. I don't know. I like the trailer because you got the whole car off the ground, and you can just put that bad boy at 75 or whatever, and she'll just pull. But the dolly, I feel like it's a little more sketch. It's got smaller tires, and it's just, I feel like it's more that could go wrong with the dolly. So now we're at a level where we don't have to stress about that. I freaking love this car, man. This car is freaking, I don't know, this is just, it's a great car, man. And I know I say that a lot, but I mean, there's just something about this all motor 8,000 RPM, man. It's just incredible. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see myself doing anything too crazy to this thing anytime soon. I really don't. I honestly think my biggest issue right now with this car is the interior, guys. This thing is not that much to look at. And as you can see, the floor is freaking, see, that one's not that bad, but I think it's mostly on this side. I think it's coming from this windshield, guys. It's like when it rains, it gets really wet up in the top here. Like I could probably rub my hand. Y'all see the water? Like it leaks all across this top. You see that little water? That's on the inside. It leaks all the way across that top section there. And I think, I'm pretty sure it's my windshield. Cause I would have thought if it was a sunroof, it would just pull up down here from these little side pieces. But I don't know, somebody in the comments can tell me what it possibly could be. I think I'm just gonna keep this paint. I was gonna sand it and repaint it because it does have like a waviness to it. As you can see there, it looks a lot better once you actually wash it, and I'm gonna do another cut and buff on it to bring that shine back up a notch. But it's got a little waviness to it that you mostly see. You don't see it here because it was only on the panels that I couldn't get the wrap off of, so I had to grind it to bare metal. So like these doors, you won't see it on because the doors came off of the white CG we had for parts. So you can see the door is white, but the car is silver. So that's why the doors came out decent. They don't have that wavy stuff to it, but it's mostly everywhere that I had to sand to bare metal. So like the roof has it a little bit, and you can see some areas got a little bit of orange peel, which is perfectly fine with me. But the roof is pretty bad. These quarters bother me the most. The quarters, because again, that's a part of the car that I couldn't take off. So they have a little bit of, you can see the little wavy stuff going on there. And where that probably came from was the fact that when I did the high build primer, I did not sand the entire car back down, which is something I definitely should have did. But again, I was rushing, trying to go ahead and get this thing done. I had been working on it for months, and that's kind of what I get. The hood the same way. This is the original hood that was on the car, and I could not get the wrap off of it. So you can see it's got like a waviness to it. But I mean, all in all, guys, this thing doesn't look that bad. And I mean, it's light years better than that wrap ever was. And it's just crazy knowing that this thing actually has a shine to it now, and you can actually wash it, versus when I had that matte wrap, you couldn't really do anything to it because it was just flat, like dirt just stuck on it. You couldn't wipe it off and stuff, so it just sucked. But I'm gonna do a little bit of paint correction on this and try to bring it back out a little bit better. But for now, I think we'll leave this paint alone. I don't think it's warranting a respray just yet. And it has been over a year. We painted this last year in pretty much the beginning of October. Might have been right before the beginning of October, because this was what we took to Classic Hondas last year. And it was freshly painted when I took it to that. So I know it had to be pre-October. It had to be like September when I got it painted. And upon loading it onto the trailer, I did do this little gash here that kind of upset me, but I've moved on from it now. It doesn't bother me as bad anymore. But yeah, 1 year later, man, the paint is holding up. This is Summit Racing. This is a gallon of the, I want to say it was matte army green color, and then I did a gallon of clear, which I didn't use all of the clear, but I used a good amount of it. I put a lot of coats on this thing because my main goal was to make it last for a long time. Like, I didn't want it to do like the CG that I painted before, where I did the single stage and it basically messed up in like a month. So I really wanted something that was hardened, that was pretty solid, that would hold on for a long time. And I think that's what we achieved with this. So I think it's clear and good to go for a buff, wax, and send it back out the door, man, for another year. So we'll probably try to tackle that sometime during the winter as well. I just need to get some more supplies because I did go through a lot of buffing pads and a lot of compound trying to get the waves out, but I didn't realize, man, the waves are in there. I should have done probably like a 400 grit in the entire car when I did the high build. I guarantee that would have made everything a lot smoother. But, you know, again, I'm just a novice. I don't do this for a living, and I don't really care about a show quality setup that much. I just wanted something that looked good, a lot better to the eye than it did before. And I definitely feel like we accomplished that here. So, yeah, everything's pretty good. I think we've done a full walk around, and I think that should be about it. Again, fenders were rusted. We just cleared those. Headlights, we used a actual spray. It's like a spray, but it's yellow. It comes from Japan. It's actually got like all the writing on the box in Japanese, but I just sprayed that on the headlights, and then I cleared over that to get this yellow color, which sucks. Like, you cannot see anything out of these at night, but it looks good in the daytime. I do plan on doing like I got a couple pair of just clear ones in the shop that I might resand and buff and maybe clear those and stick them in here. But for now, I love the yellow look with the green. I don't know why, it's just always been my favorite setup in this car. But you can see these headlights, like, they got water in them. They need to be redone desperately. See, what got me the first time, guys, was the fact that I wrapped these with the yellow tint, and I mean, that was freaking mint. Black housing headlights wrapped with that yellow tint was freaking perfect. You could see at night. They were crystal clear with the yellow, and I mean, they worked, but the yellow had faded and it got so bad. You can see at the top where I left like the residue stuff up there. And that's why I ended up having to sand them all the way down, get all of that off. And to try to combat that, I went back with the spray on and tried to clear it to try to make everything a lot smoother. But I think that tint just works the best out of anything, honestly. But yeah, guys, with that being said, I guess that's pretty much gonna wrap this little review up of Trap's paint, man. Again, it is a little bit dirty right now, but you get the gist of everything, man. The paint is doing great. I definitely plan to get more practice in the coming couple months. Again, we are gonna be spraying the CD5, and we are probably gonna spray one of my Civics when we get around to that, as well as we are gonna be respraying this car. So gonna get a lot more practice in, guys, in the coming months. Stay tuned for all of that action. Again, this one should be relatively smooth, man. It is completely smooth. There's nothing really to fix. The only thing we were trying to do is get a different bumper, because this bumper did have the crack, which I sprayed last time, but we are planning to do a fresh bumper on this thing. And yeah, a good 320 grit sand and reprime, and this thing should be ready for paint. It's nowhere near as bad as Trap was, so this is definitely gonna show a lot better paint job when it's all said and done, man. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap this video up right here. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below what y'all think. And give me some suggestions on what we should paint my CD6, bro. What color? Let me know in the comments. I will catch y'all next time, guys. Remember, respect all bills. Peace out.